Have you ever wondered who formed the backbone of the mighty Roman legion during its prime? Welcome to the world of the Principes. These formidable soldiers were originally the remnants of the second class of the army under the Etruscan kings. Their evolution into Principes, however, was not a simple transition. It was a process shaped by the insightful military reforms of Marcus Furius Camillus. These changes were further influenced by Rome's encounters with the Samnites and Gauls. Faced with the crushing defeat at the hands of the Gallic warlord Brennus, the Romans quickly realized the limitations of their large phalanx formations. This was especially true on the rough, hilly terrain of central Italy. The necessity for flexibility in battle was clear. This led to the reformation of the second class into the Principes, a more adaptable and effective fighting force. Thus, the Principes were born, destined to become the heavy infantry of the Roman legion. Now that we know where they came from, let's delve into the equipment and battlefield formation that made the Principes such formidable soldiers. The Principes were not only men in their prime, but they were also fairly wealthy, which allowed them to equip themselves with high-quality gear. Their primary weapon was the pilum, a type of throwing spear that was designed to penetrate enemy shields and armor. Once the pilum was thrown, the Principes would then engage in close combat using their swords. These weren't just any swords, but rather short and sturdy blades that were perfect for the kind of up-close and personal fighting that often occurred in ancient battles. But a soldier is not only defined by his weapons, but also by his defense. The Principes carried large rectangular shields known as scuta. These shields were designed to protect the soldier from a variety of attacks, providing coverage from arrows, spears, and even the occasional sword strike. In addition to their shields, the Principes wore bronze helmets adorned with feathers. These feathers were not just for show. They were intended to make the soldier appear taller and more intimidating on the battlefield. Underneath their helmets, the Principes wore chainmail armor. This form of armor consisted of small metal rings linked together to form a protective mesh. While it may not seem like much, chainmail was highly effective at stopping or reducing the impact of a blow. Plus, it was flexible, allowing the soldier to move freely and swiftly on the battlefield. But equipment alone does not win battles. The Principes fought in a formation known as quincunx. This was a staggered formation, like the 5 spots on a dice, allowing each soldier to be shielded on all sides by his comrades. This formation was highly effective in both attack and defense, providing a level of flexibility that was crucial in the chaotic melee of ancient warfare. Armed and arranged in this manner, the Principes were a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Having explored their origins and battle gear, let's turn our attention to how the Principes performed where it mattered the most, on the battlefield. In the thick of war, the Principes were no mere foot soldiers. They were the heart and muscle of the Roman army, playing pivotal roles in numerous significant battles. One such encounter was the Battle of Cannae, a confrontation that truly underscored the strategic significance of these seasoned warriors. Here, the Principes demonstrated their martial prowess, standing firm even as the tide of the battle swayed unpredictably. A key to the Principes' success on the battlefield was their flexibility. They were versatile warriors, capable of adapting to the changing demands of battle, a trait embodied in their use of diverse battlefield tactics. Among these were the manipular formation, testudo, triple line, and wedge. The manipular formation was a flexible, checkerboard-like arrangement that allowed for greater mobility and ease of maneuver. This formation was especially useful on uneven terrain where traditional phalanx tactics proved cumbersome. Next came the testudo, or tortoise formation. This was a defensive technique where the soldiers would align their shields to form a protective shell around the unit. The testudo was particularly effective during sieges, providing cover from enemy projectiles. The triple line formation, as the name suggests, involved 3 lines of soldiers. The front line was typically composed of the youngest and least experienced soldiers, the hastati, with the Principes forming the solid core in the second line. The final line was held by the triarii, the most experienced soldiers. This formation allowed the Roman army to sustain prolonged engagements and rotate troops efficiently. Lastly, the wedge formation was an aggressive tactic designed to break enemy lines. The Principes, with their large shields and quality armor, were often at the tip of this wedge, smashing through enemy defenses like a battering ram. In the heat of the battle, the Principes truly shone, bringing glory to Rome and terror to its enemies. As we wrap up our journey through the world of the Principes, let's take a moment to appreciate their legacy. Born from the remnants of the old second class, armed with pilum and sword, they formed the backbone of the Roman legion. Their unique battlefield tactics like manipular formation and testudo, and their significant role in notable battles such as Cannae, demonstrated their strategic importance. The Principes were more than just soldiers. They were the embodiment of Roman military might and strategy, a testament to Rome's glory that still fascinates us today.